Dear Serona, when I arrived here, I had a troubling sense that in many ways I wasn't like the other first years. I confess I worried that Hogwarts might not have been the proper place for me and pondered sending an owl to my parents asking them to fetch me almost before the first week of class had ended. How did you know? I presume you're not secretly a Legamens, but I wonder that you seem to know my thoughts better than I did myself. That day in the Three Broomsticks, when you spotted me huddled in a corner, staring blankly at an untouched butterbeer and an empty bit of parchment, my quill dripped ink woefully onto the floor, and you came to sit with me well, I shall never forget it. Am I reading ahead? Let's see. I guess we can read all this. I recall a sudden sense of relief, as if someone had cast a levitation charm on me. When you told me about how nervous you'd been to come to Hogwarts, I looked at you, and it seemed beyond my imagination to think of you as anything but the contented witch sitting before me. In the days that followed, I marveled at how you charmed in the nonsensical sense. I mean, everyone around you without apology, embracing who you were and who they were. It was as though a candle had flickered on for me. I realized that I could choose that path as well. Isn't that interesting? Now that my school years are ending, the frightened first year which I had been seems worlds away, and I know it's because you saw yourself in that despairing creature in the corner of the pub and so generously extended yourself to her. Please tell Miss Sprottle that I still plan on visiting her and Mr. Sprottle whenever I can for their delightful conversation, and I am unashamed to admit her incomparable cauldron cakes. I don't want to read all these.
I should take this box of letters to Serona. I think that's everything.
That's good.
Serona will be glad to have this back.
I might read them if I could read them quicker out loud, but I can't, so. Let's see, we can fly back from here. Unless we want to get some ingredients. There's a couple there. I have to fight that wolf. Let's do it.
Glaciers!
That way we can collect all the stuff. What's up there? Should we go up there? Looks like we have to go up there if we want to walk. Let's see. Check this. We can walk a little ways just to see what it looks like.
castle. Must have been quite stately in its time.
Two things to identify now. I miss a lot of stuff when we just fly places.
Revelio. Revelio.
Ground looks so plasticky. Too shiny.
Hogsmeade, here I come.
You can't imagine how inconvenient travel was.
Talk about you taking down that troll in the village circle. You certainly made an impression.
Hello, Serona. I have good news. I was able to provide your friend Mrs. Sprottle with some hawk clumps for her Wiggenweld potion, and I found your box of letters.
Oh, thank you. I knew you were the one to ask.
I wondered about some of the letters in the box.
Of course. It appears most of the letters were from fellow students.
I spotted a letter from you to Mrs. Sprottle. You two seem to have a lot of fun together.
We do. She taught me so much during my summers with her and Aidan. I shall be the first to admit that adolescents aren't always the easiest to understand. And not everyone was as kind to me as the Sprottles. But the depth of their kindness, and that of so many of my friends, got me through some challenging times, to put it mildly.
I saw a letter from someone named Mirabelle. Is that Professor Garlick?
It is! Still one of my dearest friends. I know she wouldn't mind you having seen that letter. She and I are of a similar mind, especially when it comes to young people. We believe experience to be an invaluable teacher. To borrow a phrase from Mirabelle, it's a joy to see anyone blossom, but particularly one who doubted they ever would.
One of the letters mentions Quidditch practice. Did you play?
I did. Was the Ravenclaw Seeker for 3 years. Oh, Merlin's beard. I adore Quidditch. Nothing like the feeling of catching the golden snitch when your team's down by 140 points. I'll never forgive Professor Black for cancelling it this year. I missed cheering for Ravenclaw.
I'm glad I could be of help. Mrs. Sprottle sends her best.
Don't know what I'd have done without her and Aidan. Thank you, again, for helping her. And for returning this box of letters. It's nice to reflect on good memories.
Help. I got some experience. Good items.
Goblins have been running Gringotts since its bricks were laid.
Let's go do this side quest next.
Adelaide Oaks, isn't it? I received your owl.
Yes, I'm Adelaide Oaks. Oh dear. You see, my Uncle Roland is a metal trader who's quite well known in the goblin community. He normally sends me owls every week when he's on his business travels. In his last owl, he alluded to dealings with those radical goblins, Ranrock's loyalists. It's been ages since that owl and I'm worried. What with the troll attack on Hogsmeade and the rumours that goblins may have been involved, well, I'm fearing the worst. Should I be worried about my uncle, or am I overthinking this?
I think you're right to be concerned, Adelaide. Your uncle may be in trouble.
You're much more understanding than Professor Weasley. She heard I was going to look for him and forbade me from leaving the grounds. She's convinced he can handle himself, but I can't concentrate on anything until I know he's all right. Could you try to find out for me? From what I hear, you're almost as adventurous as Uncle Roland.
I take it you and your uncle are close.
We are. My mother died when I was born, and I lost my father when I was 5. Uncle Roland's looked after me for as long as I can remember. He knows I get anxious when he travels, and that's why he sends me all the owls, to let me know that he's all right.
Has your uncle traded with many goblins?
Yes, for ages. Even speaks gobbledygook. But he only recently mentioned Ranrock's lot, insisting the galleons were worth the risk. He does it for me. Between robes and supplies, attending Hogwarts costs a fair sickle. And besides that, Uncle Roland has expensive taste. He's sacrificed so much for me over the years. I promised him that as soon as I finish Hogwarts, I shall be the one taking care of him.
I'll try and look into it for you, Adelaide.
Thank you. He's very thorough in his record keeping, notes all his trades in a journal, makes maps. In fact, in his last owl, he drew me a map of his next stop. He'd planned to set up camp north of here. I do hope you're able to find out where he is. Thank you again for any help you can provide. Oh, Uncle Roland,
Just
what have you
call
got
me
into?
Sherlock.
How can one not
On another
fancy Professor
quest.
Garlick? She's brilliant with
Hello,
plants,
kitty.
and her energy is captivating.
Still expecting one of them to form into a person.
I don't know about
Stop
demigods,
petting me all the
but
time.
Howin had me on hot bricks the other day, telling us about her colleague who befriended a griffin. I put my hand up and said we had a griffin come by our street once and tried to get our rabbit. My sister had to run out after it, throwing stones till it flew off.
The Daedalian keys are back. Aren't they brilliant?
What does she have to say?
Hello, Nellie. You seem excited about something.
The Daedalian keys are back.
The what keys?
The Daedalian keys. Surely you've seen them flying about. Rumour is that a former headmistress, Professor Mole, conjured them to protect the contents of certain locked cabinets years ago. Professor Black couldn't be bothered to disenchant the keys, and they appear every few years. You should try to catch one.
Why would I do that?
Each key will lead you to a locked cabinet somewhere in the castle. If you can manage to get the key into the cabinet lock, not an easy task, you may find a reward.
Surely you will be trying to complete the challenge as well.
I've tried, and I can't even get past the first cabinets. Perhaps you'll have better luck. I'd love to know what's in the cabinets.
Why would Professor Mole conjure flying keys?
What I heard is that it had something to do with keeping Peeves out of things. But that may or may not be true. He's a poltergeist. I thought they could go almost anywhere.
Perhaps I'll give it a go.
I hope you do. In fact, I think I heard one of the keys in the astronomy tower. You should listen for them. I hope you follow a few keys at least. If you manage to open a cabinet, I'd love to know what you find, if anything.
Speaking of astronomy, I'm surprised you're not fixated on Venus.
Revelio.
It's awful if you're sat near someone and they're trying to pass notes out. Half the time I get the blame, and Hector has no tolerance for that, I can tell you.
I hope Adelaide's Uncle Roland is all right. She seems very worried. Adelaide mentioned her uncle's camp may be near Brockborough, past the river. Revelio. Revelio. A Daedalian key. I wonder where it might lead me. Revelio.
My dear Satyavati, you'll be pleased to hear that I received word from my contracts at Cambridge, who conceded that they had in fact been incorrect in their understanding of meteor showers. It seems that an Irish astronomer and a British astronomer both built upon the work done by an Italian astronomer. All muggles, mind you, as far as I know, to propose calculating the position of the dust at Earth's orbit as means of connecting meteors to comets. Brilliant, really. One can only imagine what they might do with an enchanted telescope. Frustratingly, in my correspondence, I did feel that I had to continue using the pseudonym from my days as a gentleman scholar. While I still find it rather exciting to have a secret identity, the reason irks me. I am so looking forward to our trip later this year to Jantar Mantar. What an adventure we shall have. I miss you, dear sister, and do hope you are well. With love, such Rita.
There's the cabinet. How do I get this key in there? Accio! Wingardium Leviosa! Depulso!
Slap. Okay. Whoop. Smack it.
Yes. An old coin. Perhaps Nellie knows what it means.
A clue. House token.
Protego! Revelio.
Oh, you saw what I was doing. Saw nothing.
I've always said that travel broadens the mind.
Turn to Nellie.
Were you able to follow one of the Daedalian keys?
Hello, Nellie. I managed to get a Daedalian key into its lock.
Brilliant. What did you find in the cabinet?
A curious token of some sort.
Looks like a Gryffindor house token. I bet it unlocks our house chest. I call them house chests. I've seen the one in our common room and heard there are also in the other common rooms. Keep an eye out. I do hope you continue on. For so much effort, the prize must be something grand.
I should see this through.
Go check it out. See what we get.
I should see this through and find the Gryffindor house chest.
It's gonna sneak in here so nobody tries to get it. Not even in this room. Oh, hopes to follow the mini-map.
Weasley said she always found the dormitory.
This must be my house chest. I just need to insert the token. Seems I'll need to find more house tokens if I'm to open this. Quite a few by the look of it.
What? Oh, guess we don't get to find out. Find all those tokens? I thought one token
My side of
opened
the
each
dormitory
chest.
is always spotless. Can't say the same for my house.
That spoils
If I
that.
didn't know better, I'd say they were raised by trolls. I've been collecting Chiz-Purple fangs the entire term.
16 tokens.
Why do students always run when Peevesy wants to have some
But
fun?
you're that annoying. Get away from me. You got us in trouble earlier.
I can't.
The library.
Hello, Mr. Moon.
Oh, greetings!
Any luck removing some more of those demiguise statues?
I actually have some moons for you.
Oh, thank you. The fewer of these statues I see, the better. You keep your eye out for others, and I'll teach you more about Alahamora.
Where should I look for more demiguise statues and moons?
All of my usual haunts, which incidentally have now become quite haunting. Here in the castle, in Hogsmeade, and believe it or not, in some of the surrounding hamlets. Oh, my tormentor is nothing if not thorough. Kept me from all my usual engagements for an eternity now.
I'll keep an eye out for more demiguise statues and see if I can bring you more moons.
You are to be commended for your bravery and valor, especially since they can only be collected at night.
These chests on the mini-map, I guess that's that one, but I've already opened it. Shouldn't it disappear? I wish it did.
So many letters arrive every day.
Alright, I'm not looking for all 16 of those right now. We need to go help this girl's uncle. He's in dire need of assistance. There.
Oh, actually. Myself not half as tough as it sounds.
Could this be Mr. Oakes' campsite? Ranrock's loyalists, just ahead. Should I take them by force or be discreet?
Have any heal potion. Yep, I have to do battle. Dang, there's like a bunch of them. Oh, come back. No. Actually not.
Arrest them. Confringo. Leviosa. Incendio. Expelliarmus. Protego.
Where'd you come from?
Expelliarmus. Leviosa.
I will make. Who's it? Over here.
Leviosa. Expelliarmus.
Still like to customize these a little bit better. How I'd use them. Because I could do, let's see, this one. Expelliarmus. That would work good with this levitation. Wish I had more on one row. Because I could levitate, disarm, freeze, and then do some fire damage without having to scroll up and down. Or I could pull them towards me. I don't know. I was scrolling the wrong way, so it slows my attacks down. I guess I could use F1 and 2, but that's just more keys I have to press. I'm already pressing like 5 at a time.
Come here, you.
Levioso! Now to find out what happened here. Revelio.
Agent Magic Focus 2.
Mr. Oakes' trade journal.
Ranrock's lot agreed to meet, but I do feel a tad uneasy. They amended their request and were angry when I asked questions. I overheard some of their plan in